Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. Students, we are discussing NCERT exemplar solutions of the chapter ratio and proportion. We have already discussed up to the question number 62 in our previous sections. So, in today's session will be from the question number 63 onwards, which are of the type short answer, long answer. Coming to the question number 63, Samira sells newspapers at Janpat crossing daily. On a particular day, she had 312 newspapers, out of which 216 are in English and the remaining in Hindi. Find the ratio of the newspapers of English to the Hindi newspapers. See children, here out of 312 she has got English newspapers 216, where the remaining are of Hindi. So, you need to find remaining newspapers by subtracting 216 from 312, and it comes 96 when you subtract 216 from 312. Now, we are asked to find the ratio between 216 to the 96, because English newspapers to the number of Hindi newspapers. Now, you start cancelling with their common factor. If you start cancelling with their common factor, such as, let's say here 6 cancels, 6 3s are 18. 18 means from 21, 3 comes here, 36. So, 6 6 are 36. Here 6 1s are 6 and 3 comes here. So, 36, 6 6 are 36. Now, further both will get cancelled from 4. So, 4 9s are 4 4s are. Thus, 9:4 is the ratio of the number of English newspapers to the number of Hindi newspapers. Moving on to the sub-question B, the number of Hindi newspapers to the total number of newspapers. See, Hindi newspapers are 96 in number and total are 312. If you do, you supposed to get 4:13. I didn't cancel, but I could say straight away. Is there some logic behind that? As I have already explained you in our last session, when English newspapers are of 9 parts and Hindi newspapers are of 4 parts, surely their sum will be the total number of parts. That's how I got 4:13 without even cancelling. Okay, so we will be keep thinking this way when it comes to the objective type questions or MCQ type questions. Okay, moving on to the question number 64. The students of a school belong to different religious backgrounds. The number of Hindu students is 288. The number of Muslim 252, number of Sikh students 144, and the number of Christian 72. Okay, find the ratio of Hindu students to the number of Christian students. Hindu students 288 upon Christian students 72. So, we got 288 is to 72. On cancellation, we get, you can cancel here by taking common factors such as 4 is a one common factor. So, With 4 it cancels. 4 sevens are 28. 4 twos are 4 ones are 4, and 3 comes here 32. So 4 18s are 72. Now further, so 18 ones are 18, 4s are 72. So 4:1 is the ratio. And moving on to the sub question B, the number of Muslim students to the total number of students. Here number of Muslim students are 252 out of total number of students. So total number, I have to find addition of these numbers: 288, 252 and 144, 72. 8 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 is 16 and 1 carry. 8 plus 5 plus 4 plus 1, 7 is 25. It is 5 and 2 carry, and 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. So it is 7. So 756 total students are there. So I will take that number here. Now further, if we start cancelling by their common factor, you will get 1:3. So that is the ratio of the number of Muslim students to the total number of students. Now moving on to the next question, question number 65. When Chinmay visited Chowpatty at Mumbai on a holiday, he observed that the ratio of North Indian food stalls to South Indian food stalls is 5:4. If the total number of food stalls is 117, find the number of each type of food stalls. See children, whenever we get such a ratio, we go with assumption of ratio constant. Let ratio constant is, you can take any variable. Here I have taken variable x. So let the ratio constant here is x. Therefore number of North Indian food stalls is 5 times of this ratio constant, so 5x, and number of South Indian food stalls is 4 is the ratio, so 4 times of this ratio constant, 4x. Therefore total number of food stalls, so sum of this 5 and 4 x, it will be 9x, but it is equals to 117 because there are total 117 food stalls. It implies x equals to 117 divided by 9, and it is 13. So when x equals to 13, now we can conclude number of North Indian food stall is 5 times of 13. So 5 times of 13 is 65. There are 65 North Indian food stalls, and number of South Indian food stalls is 4 times of 13, which is nothing but 52. So this is how we solve this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 66. At the parking stand Ram Leela ground, this is there in Delhi, Karthik counted that there are 115 cycles, 75 scooters, 45 bikes. Find the ratio of the number of cycles to the total number of vehicles. So the moment you see the total number of vehicles, you need to add all these that idea will definitely strike your mind. So 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15, 1 carry, 1 plus 7 plus 4 plus 1 is 13, 1 carry, and 1 plus 1 is 2, 235 vehicles are there. Now, when there are total 235 are there, number of cycles, so ratio of the number of cycles to the total number of vehicles will be 115 upon 235. When you simplify it by cancelling with their common factor, you will get 23 is to 47. Okay, so 5 is their common factor, so 5 cancelling both of them will give you 23 is to 47. So this is the answer. Now moving on to the question 67. A train takes 2 hours to travel from Ajmer to Jaipur, which are 130 km apart. How much time will it take to travel from Delhi to Bhopal, which are 780 kilometers apart? If the train is traveling at the same uniform speed, see children, this is a proportion type question. Here we will assume, let the time taken by the train to travel from Delhi to Bhopal is X hours. That means 2 hours is to 130 kilometers, where is equals to X hours is to 780 kilometers. So the moment you got this proportion, product of means is equals to product of extremes, you know that. So 2 into 780 upon 130 gives you X value, you know 0 0 cancels, 17 6, so it implies X equals to 6 2's 12 hours. It takes 12 hours. Now moving on to the question number 68. The length and breadth of a school ground are 150 meter and 90 meter respectively, while the length and breadth of a Mela ground are 210 meter and 126 meters respectively. Are these measurements in proportion? So the question is very good. Are these in proportion? If you want to say, I must have length to breadth being that ratio of length to breadth of each ground and Mela being in the same ratio. That means where 150 by 90, is it equal to 210 by 126? This is the question. Are these two ratios are equal? We shall find. So 0 0 cancels, 3 3's are 3 5's are. So this gives 5 is to 3, and let us see here. So first one, both of them cancels with 210 now. So 210, let us take it cancels with the 2 first. 63, 105. Now both of them will cancel with again 3, 21, 35. Both of them will cancel by 7. 7 3s are 7 5s are. So it is also giving 5:3. Therefore, 5:3 being equals to 5:3, I can say 150:90 is equals to 210:126. That means both of them are in proportion. Thus, I can say yes, these measurements are in proportion. That is how we will conclude. Now, moving on to the question number 69. In a figure 8.4, these comparative areas of the continents are given. What is the ratio of the areas of? Let me show you the figure first. This is the figure. You could see North America, South America, Antarctica, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia. They are given in comparative way and their areas in square units. So let us go for what is the area of North America. If you count, you will get. So 4 by 4, that means 16 square units plus 1. So North America's 17 square units. Okay. So let me list them first. So North America 17 square units, South America here 1 2 3 along the breadth 3 units, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 6 3s are 18 square units. Now this way we will find area of Europe and Africa also. Then only I can say the ratio between Africa to Europe. Where is the Europe? Europe is here. So 3 3 is 9 plus 1. So Europe is 10 square units. And where is Africa? Africa is here. So 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 4s are 24 plus 2. 26 square units. So now I can say Africa is 26 is to Europe is 10. So ratio between the area of Africa to Europe is 26 is to 10, which is nothing but 13 is to 5. So this is how easily we can say. Now if I want to answer any questions on this, that is Australia and Asia, I must find first Australia's and Asia's. Okay. So Australia, here Australia's, so 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 2 8, 8 square units, and Asia's is here. It's a big place. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 1 2 3 4 5. So 7 5 is 35. 35 plus 2 37 plus 7 44. So Asia is the biggest continent because it can be clearly seen 44 square units. So Australia to Asia is 8 is to 44. On simplification it becomes 2 is to 4 2s are and 4 11s are. So 2 is to 11 is the ratio between the areas of Australia to Asia. Now moving on to the another question here. Antarctica to combined area of North America and South America. So Antarctica is the leftover one. So Antarctica, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 square units is the area of Antarctica. So 13 is to combined, that means north and south both together is 35. So 13 is to 35 is the ratio of the Antarctica to the combined area of North America and South America. Okay. So this is how we solve this question. So children, moving on to the last question, 70th. A tea merchant blends two varieties of tea, costing her 234 rupees and 130 rupees per kg in the ratio of their costs only. If the weight of the mixture is 84 kg, then find the weight of each variety. See here, ratio of mixing is in the ratio of their cost, that is 234 is to 130, which is further simplified by cancelling their common factors. It becomes 9 is to 5. That means she is mixing the costly one 9 parts, 130 rupees one 5 parts. Okay. That means therefore 14 parts is the total weight of the mixture. So mixture will have 9 plus 5 14 parts. That means here first variety is of 9 parts, you know, and second variety is of 5 parts, okay, whereas total 14 parts, but it is equals to 84 kg. Now on simplification, 1 part is equals to 84 upon 14, which is 6 kg. Okay, you know, 84 divided by 14 gives you 6 kg. Thus your first part 9 times of 6 kg, 54 kgs, and 5 times of 6 kg, 30 kgs will be the cost of first, will be the weight of first variety and second variety. We will conclude that, okay, in the last. This is the method of thinking, okay. So children, I would like to wind up this session with this today's class solving up to 70th question. So tomorrow we will start from the question number 71 onwards. Till then, take care of yourself. Jai Hind. Thank you.